Welcome to Crafting at Home with OC Public Libraries. Today we will be showing you how to knit on a circular loom you can make at home with a toilet paper roll and some colored pencils. For supplies, you're going to need yarn, a toilet paper roll, some tape, scissors, and 6 colored pencils, or you could use 6 popsicle sticks. The first step is to make your loom, and if you want to, you can decorate your toilet paper roll before you get started. Then you're just going to take your colored pencils or popsicle sticks and tape them around the toilet paper roll, leaving about an inch of overhang at the top. And you want to tape these equally spaced around the entire roll so that your stitches are equally spaced when you're knitting. To begin knitting, put the end of your yarn into your toilet paper roll and then hold onto that end with your non-dominant hand to keep it from pulling through. And then your first step is just to make a loop around one of your pencils or popsicle sticks, and you're going to make a loop around it in a clockwise motion starting from the center. And then you're going to make that same loop around each pencil on the toilet paper roll. So go all the way around the circle, making that same loop starting from the inside, going clockwise around the pencil. And then you're going to do the same thing again. So you're going to go around the circle twice to get started, and you can see here that each pencil has 2 loops of yarn on it, and that's important. All right, so now that you've gone around your whole circle twice and you have 2 loops of yarn on each pencil or popsicle stick, you're going to go around and on each pencil or popsicle stick, pull the first loop over the second loop and leave that second loop on the pencil or popsicle stick. I'm going to show you that again. Pull the first loop over the second loop and then go all the way around, repeating this step. After you finish that first row, you have 2 options. You can either continue doing a whole row at a time, where you loop the yarn around every pencil or popsicle stick, and then go back and pull the loops over the whole row at a time. That's option A. Option B is to create a new loop on the stick and then immediately pull the old loop over that new loop and go around stick by stick instead of row by row. And that's my preferred method for knitting. Now sometimes in knitting we do something called dropping a stitch, and that is when one of the loops falls off of the pencil. So I'm going to purposely drop a stitch here. So say I'm trying to pull the old loop over the new loop, and the new loop falls off, and maybe I even drop the old loop out of my hand. Now, how do I fix this? It's actually really easy. As long as you stay calm, you can pick up that old loop and put it back on the pencil. But look at how I'm putting it back on the pencil. See how it's not twisted anymore? Look at how that stitch looks different than the stitch that wasn't dropped. This one, when you look up close, you can see that it's twisted around the pencil, nice and tight to the pencil. See, and then you can see that loop there, whereas the one that I put back on just goes over the top without doing the full twist. So what I need to do when I put that back on is twist it. And then I can just keep working. And that's how you pick up a dropped stitch. Okay, so now I'm done knitting and I have a nice long rope of knitting coming out the back of my loom. You can see how stretchy it is. This is about the right length for a headband. So now I'm ready to cast off. So I'm going to show you, I'm making my last stitch just as I made all the other stitches, and then I'm going to put my yarn to the side out of the way. And now the loop on the next pencil is going to come off that pencil and move over to my first pencil. And then I'm going to pull the old loop over the new loop, just like when I was knitting. And I'm going to move on to the next pencil and do the same thing. And I'm going to go all the way around the circle until I just have one loop left on that pencil. Now that I just have one loop left, I'm going to cut my yarn, leave a little bit of a tail, and then I'm going to pull the tail of the yarn through that final loop, and that will keep it from unwinding. So there's the loop. I'm going to pull the tail through just like that, and then pull it tight. And that is our finished project. Now you can imagine, now that you know how to circular knit with a loom, you can make a project as short or as long as you want. So always remember, be creative and make it your own, and thank you so much for crafting at home with OC Public Libraries.